Today, in 29 states across the country, gun control advocates are holding a national day to demand action, urging Congress to support bills to help end gun violence. And next hour, President Obama will talk about the issue at the White House during an appearance with mothers who are also pressuring Congress to act. Both events come as a new CNN poll shows public support for some forms of gun control since the Newtown tragedy appears to be on the decline. 43% of Americans favor major restrictions on gun control or making all guns illegal. That's actually down from 52% in December. Joining me now are Sirius XM radio host and comedian Pete Dominick and Patricia Murphy, the founder of Citizen Jane Politics and a contributor to the Daily Beast. Welcome to you both.
Hey, Carol.
Hey, Carol.
Good morning. So I was looking at this poll. That's a big drop in support for gun control legislation. Why do you suppose people are kind of losing interest and passion for the issue, Patricia?
Well, I think that really the issue, and you can just feel it when you read the newspaper, you can feel it when you watch TV and the news, the issue has just lost momentum. There was just such searing pain in the country after the Newtown shootings, and then the country tends to move on from tragedies like that. And now even in politics, we see that senators and congressmen are getting more focused on immigration reform. There's a lot of talk this week about gay marriage and marriage equality. So once this issue is off the front pages, it reverts back to being just another issue where both sides really go back to their own corners. And because Democrats were not able to move quickly on this issue, I think their legislation is going to be in trouble because they don't have the momentum on their side anymore, specifically among rural voters. Right after Newtown, there were double the support among rural voters for gun control measures, and then, you know, you kind of get away from the headlines and people just sort of start to forget about it.
I don't think it's so much the tragedy of Newtown is fading as it is the way that gun rights advocates are portrayed. And the other side's portrayed. It's so extreme. We're like losing focus. Is that more what it is, Pete?
Well, yeah, I mean, everything Patricia said I mostly agree with, but out of sight, out of mind, memories fade, and as long as there's no white people and white children losing their lives, I mean, it's still happening, obviously, in places like Chicago to black youths, then people don't think about it as much. But you know, the president and the vice president have done a really good job of trying to keep this on the forefront. There have been other issues. We in the media deserve some responsibility for whether or not we're talking about it, and we're talking about it right now, so that's good. But you know what? Who hasn't forgotten about this? Parents with little kids like myself. I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, and every day that they've gotten on that bus, I've thought about it. Every time this comes up, I think about it. You know who else haven't forgotten about it? Mayor Bloomberg. This is a money thing, and the gun control, the gun lobby, the NRA, has always been very well funded. Now Mayor Bloomberg is using his own money to keep this up and keep funding it, and that's really important too. But this one, the phrase is, Carol, this time it's different. And it is different when 6- and 7-year-olds have their heads blown off their body, and there's a reason why I use that type of language, because this is not what we're forgetting.